The seismic activity has the potential to affect our daily lives. The earthquake that occurred on January 1, 2024, on the Noto Peninsula is a notable example. This earthquake recorded a maximum intensity of 7 in Shika Town, Hikui District, Ishikawa Prefecture, and had a significant impact on the surrounding areas, including Suzu City in Ishikawa Prefecture. This video delves into the causes of this earthquake, its detailed circumstances, and key points for preparing for future earthquakes. Explaining the cause of the 2024 Noto Peninsula earthquake. The Noto Peninsula earthquake, which occurred on January 1, 2024, was a magnitude 7.6 earthquake with its epicenter in the Noto Peninsula, Ishikawa Prefecture. It recorded a maximum intensity of 7 in Shika Town, Hikui District. This earthquake is part of the Noto cluster earthquakes, which have been occurring off the Noto region in the Noto Peninsula since December 2020. Particularly since December 2020, these cluster earthquakes have been intermittently continuing, with this earthquake being the largest in the series. The seismic activity has been especially active in the waters north to east of the region. A magnitude 6.5 earthquake in May 2023 occurred in the northern part of the eastern area of activity, after which seismic activity expanded to the waters further north and east. The cause of these cluster earthquakes is not completely understood, but it is hypothesized that fluids rising from underground are expanding the Earth's crust. Observations in Suzu City have shown the ground rising by about 4 centimeters. One mechanism behind these cluster earthquakes could be the movement of water originating from plates. In the case of the Matsushiro earthquakes in Nagano Prefecture, it was suggested that water squeezed out from a subducting plate generated magma, which then solidified and was expelled again as it cooled. In the Noto Peninsula cluster earthquakes, an area near the epicenter with properties conducive to electrical conductivity has been identified, suggesting the presence of water. A characteristic of the Noto Peninsula is the strong compressive forces causing crustal deformation. This deformation has led to the uplift of the Noto Peninsula. It is believed that these crustal movements explain the occurrence of reverse fault-type cluster earthquakes. Furthermore, surface and seawater infiltrating along deep underground faults may have created fossil seawater pockets. The presence of these waters in the gaps may weaken the rock mass, triggering the reverse fault-type earthquakes. Considering this information, the Noto Peninsula earthquake, occurring in a non-volcanic region, is likely not caused by magma intrusion but rather by underground water weakening the rock mass and triggering the earthquake. Additionally, there is a continued likelihood of cluster earthquakes in this region. Across Japan, seismic activity along plate boundaries should be closely monitored, especially at the Nankai Trough, Japan Trench, and Sagami Trough, which could potentially generate large-scale earthquakes in the future. Japan is influenced by the North American, Eurasian, Pacific, and Philippine sea plates. Boundaries between these plates include the Itoigawa-Shizuoka tectonic line, Japan Trench, Suruga Trough, Nankai Trough, and Sagami Trough, where plate movements are likely to cause earthquakes. Looking at the data on major damaging earthquakes that have occurred in the seas near Japan, it is evident that since 1996, various magnitudes of earthquakes have occurred throughout Japan. For example, in 2023, a magnitude 5.9 earthquake occurred in the Noto region of Ishikawa Prefecture, resulting in 1 death and 49 injuries. Additionally, in 2022, a magnitude 4.9 earthquake occurred in the southern part of Ibaraki Prefecture and a magnitude 5.0 earthquake in the Noto region of Ishikawa Prefecture. Large-scale earthquakes predicted to occur in the future include the Nankai Trough earthquake, earthquakes along the Kuril Trench and Japan Trench, and a direct hit earthquake under the capital. These are predicted to have a 60 to 70% chance of occurring within the next 30 years. Specifically, the Nankai Trough earthquake has a 70 to 80% chance of producing a magnitude 8 to 9 earthquake. The earthquakes along the Kuril Trench and Japan Trench could potentially result in up to approximately 199,000 deaths. And the direct hit earthquake under the capital could result in up to approximately 23,000 deaths. These earthquakes also have a high potential for significant economic impact. From this information, it is clear that large-scale earthquakes that could occur in Japan in the future include the Nankai Trough earthquake, earthquakes along the Kuril Trench and Japan Trench, and a direct hit earthquake under the capital. The probability of occurrence is particularly high for the Nankai Trough earthquake. Historically, these earthquakes have caused significant damage, and their impact could extend beyond Japan, potentially affecting the global economy. Detailed situation regarding the earthquake. After the earthquake, a major tsunami warning was issued, halting rail services including the Tohoku and Hokuriku Shinkansen lines, and causing power outages in Ishikawa and Niigata prefectures. As of 1800 on January 1, 2024, many houses in Suzu City, Ishikawa Prefecture, were damaged, and over 100 households experienced temporary water outages. Evacuation orders were issued due to the risk of landslides following the earthquake. And National Route 249 between Suzu and Wajima cities was blocked due to falling rocks from cliffs. Damage was also confirmed to tourist attractions, public facilities, accommodations, and exhibition halls in Suzu City, resulting in 1 death and 33 injuries. As a result of the earthquake on the Noto Peninsula, there is a possibility of ground loosening and damage in the adjacent areas, particularly in the northern and eastern sea areas, where seismic activity is active. There is a potential for aftershocks and new earthquakes in the future. Therefore, it is necessary to carefully monitor the ground conditions and crustal movements. Preparations for earthquakes. It is essential to prepare for evacuations due to earthquakes. Basic necessities include water 3 liters per person per day, with a minimum of a 3-day supply, ideally a week's supply. Food at least a 3-day supply, such as instant rice, hardtack, crackers, chocolate, and ready-to-eat meals. Wallet, mobile phone, smartphone, driver's license, health insurance card, bankbook, personal seal, emergency contact list. If possible, also prepare disaster prevention helmet, rain gear, flashlight, solar or hand-cranked, portable radio, batteries, chargers, first aid supplies, disposable warmers, blankets, gloves, toiletries, toothbrush, towel, infection control items, masks, alcohol disinfectant, wet wipes, substitutes or additional items, clothes, hygiene products such as toothbrushes and towels, and newspapers which can be used as substitutes for blankets and sheets. The possibility of major earthquakes is not confined to Japan but exists worldwide. Therefore, having the correct knowledge and preparedness for earthquakes is essential. We hope the information presented in this video helps enhance your understanding and preparedness for earthquakes. Accurate prediction of earthquakes is impossible, but with proper preparation and knowledge, their impact can be minimized. Let's start preparing today for a safer life.